Now they coming for our kids. This video is brought to you by the Officer Tatum Store, the Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. EA Sports, you should be utterly ashamed of yourself for sending my son this message. My baby only 9 years old. And y'all out here trying to indoctrinate kids with this Black Lives Matter stuff. I am to my wits end, y'all. I'm to my wits end. I am so sick of this stuff. And they don't understand that when you force some of these things down people's throats, you make people begin to rebel. You make people begin to not even appreciate your cause because you're cramming it down people's throats instead of loving them to a positive cause. Now, you done messed up when my 9-year-old calls me on the phone to read me a notification on his John Madden game that's propagating racial inequality in this country, racism in this country, and complete lies and brainwashing. Now, I'm going to read it here in a minute, and I hope you got a seatbelt on because it's going to blow your mind. And I may even look into complaining to EA Sports because this is utterly ridiculous. But thank God that my son has a quality father like me, and I've already instilled in him the principles of good people like Martin Luther King, that you shouldn't be worried about all this BS. You should be focusing on treating individuals based on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. And individuals need to look at you as an individual, your content of character, not the color of your skin. There will be people out here that hate on you. But overall, if you're a good person and you treat people with respect and you're a respectable individual, you won't have most of these problems some of these cowards are talking about. Now, I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to read this to you, and you're going to know why I made this video. And it reads, Black Lives Matter. The deep-rooted and systemic racial discrimination that is still unquestionably present towards the African-American Black community is unacceptable. Racism, whether from an individual or institution, should not exist in our society. We stand with all of our African-American Black players, families, friends, colleagues, and partners in our commitment to fighting racism and social injustice. Signed, EA Sports. What's the purpose of doing that? What does a kid playing John Madden need to know or know about injustice that's unquestionable? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's questionable. It's completely questionable. I've been black my whole life. I have never dealt with oppression and discrimination. If anything, the only people that's been oppressing me is people that lived in my community growing up. But that's nor here nor there. At the end of the day, man, you got to strap your boots up and you got to go. If you're sitting around worried about what the white man doing, what the black man doing, who doing what, you're going to fall behind. You need to strap it up and you need to go. You need to put your best foot forward. You need to present yourself. Stop looking over here, looking over there. Be focused on your mission and you will accomplish it. I guarantee you your money back. But for you to put that in front of a child is irresponsible. I'm a father. I'm an adult. I am to have that conversation with my child, not some blanket statement that don't give any context to what it's saying thrown across EA Sports video games. I tell my son, because he's biracial, his mom is white, I'm black, obviously. And so he has the best of both worlds when it comes to race relations in America. He has a plethora of white people who love him, cherish him, and he loves them as well. He has a plethora of black people on my side of the family who loves him, cherish him as well. My son is not going to grow up with some complex of whether or not white people are bad, whether or not white people are good. That's not happening to my son. Both people are good. You look at individuals, and I'll tell him that till I'm green in the face. But this speaks to a bigger issue, ladies and gentlemen. I saved my son. This speaks to a bigger issue. Some of what I dealt with when I was a kid, when I was his age. The lies and the perpetuation of falsehoods and brainwashing that went on in my mind, not only from hints from my parents subconsciously or maybe even unintentionally, but hints from my parents, and then TV, and then media, and then movies, and then friends, and then peers, news. You just go down this cycle of brainwashing to the point where you see the country very differently than what it really is. And I'm here to tell anybody that's watching this that's confused, most white people ain't really worried about you. And most black people ain't really worried about white people. But you have these people that got the megaphone that's out here pushing an agenda for political purposes, not for the betterment of America and the betterment of individuals. This is extremely troubling and racist in my personal opinion, because when you put in a person's mind that when they look at a white person, that they see privilege, that they see oppression, that they see you are the type of people that made this country and I can never succeed and I will never be as good as you. And when you put that into the mind of a young person, what do you think the outcome is going to be when they actually interact with a white person? You think somehow they're going to have a kumbaya and everything's going to be okay? They're going to have to face a barrier that shouldn't even exist. Because when you look at a white man on your job as your supervisor, you don't see him as a supervisor. You don't see that as an opportunity that I can get to where you at and higher. You see that as an adversity. You see that as a roadblock. That's not okay. That's not acceptable. And I'm fed up with it. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm fed up with it. I'm tired of the racial discrimination against white people. It's like, because some black people may feel oppressed or some black people may experience racism from some ignorant people that still exist in this world and will till the day we all die. But because they experience that, they feel that every white person needs to bow down and kiss their dirty toenails because of something they never experienced and something the white person don't even know about. It's a shame. White people, it's open season. White people can't even have an opinion no more. You can't even talk about the flag. Even your grandparents, like Drew Brees, great-grandparents, fought for this country, but because you white, you can't say nothing about it. Your grandparents fought in vain because you white. It needs to stop, man. I'm thinking about doing something and making a complaint to EA Sports, because that's not the message that you need to be putting out there, especially when you're giving an opinion about a minimal experience in America. This is not a consistent experience by every black person. And to be honest, a lot of black people are either misinformed or they completely lying. There are some people that do go through different things, but that's far few in between. This is unacceptable. Y'all need to watch out for this stuff with your children. Watch these video games. Look at these ridiculous cartoons where they playing all these lies and propaganda, brainwashing your kid at a young age. You need to be careful. They already doing it in high school. They already doing it in college. It is a brainwashing mechanism. So keep an eye out on it. But let me know, is B. Tatum tripping? Am I going too far? Am I too protective of my son? Should I be telling him, lying to him about white privilege? No, I should not. I'm going to answer that for you. But anyway, I could go on forever. I want you to watch the rest of my videos. So I'm about to jump off here. But if you like this shirt, you want this shirt, and you're ready to go full the Don Trump mode, get it on the store at the Officer Tatum store. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. I think that's it. I'll see y'all the next one.